In this question, a group of interventional cardiologists conducted a randomized controlled trial to determine whether telemonitoring has an effect on heart failure outcomes among patients recently hospitalized for heart failure. A sample of 1,653 patients hospitalized for heart failure in previous 30 days was randomly assigned to receive usual care. You'll either receive usual care or telemonitoring. According to sequence of computer-generated random numbers, the primary endpoint was composite of readmission for any reason or death from any cause within 180 days after enrollment. A committee of physicians, all unaware of the treatment group assignments, adjudicated each potential readmission to ensure that the event qualified as a readmission and not another clinical encounter such as an emergency department visit, and to determine the primary cause of readmission. So the results from the study are shown below. What they're asking us is which of the following statistical test is adequate to determine whether telemonitoring affects heart failure outcomes among patients recently hospitalized for heart failure. So basically in this study we are trying to analyze. We took the patients and we assigned them to either of the two groups. Either the patient will undergo telemonitoring or the patient will undergo usual care. At the end of the study, we are going to analyze the end point, death or readmission. Like these many patients undergo telemonitoring, how many of them died or had to take a readmission? And under usual care, how many patients died and how many had to be readmitted? In order to analyze this, which statistical test will you use? Analysis of variance, ANOVA, chi-square test, correlation analysis, meta-analysis, and two-sample t-test are our options. To get to the correct answer, we have to know that there are two different types of variables. There is, in a study, whenever we are conducting a study, there is a dependent variable and there is an independent variable. Dependent variable is the outcome and independent variable is the exposure or risk factor. For example, our dependent variable or the outcome is lung cancer, and the independent variable, which implies basically any exposure or risk factor, we can take anything. Here we have taken smoking, we can take radiation exposure, anything. And then we further divide it. Like these variables, dependent and independent variables, it could be qualitative or categorical, and it could be quantitative. When we say quantitative, we mean like a number, like a numerical value. For example, if we are analyzing temperature, so I'll be like, okay, 97 degree Fahrenheit, 98 Fahrenheit, 99. So there is a numerical value. So it's quantitative. Blood glucose level is 90, 120, 150, 200. So that is again a numerical value. So whenever there is a numerical value, it's quantitative. And when we say that it is categorical or qualitative, we just mean something like a category. For example, type of treatment. Like for hypertension, let's say some patients are given diuretic, the other are given ACE inhibitor. So based on that, another example of qualitative could be blood type. I am dividing my patients based on blood type. A blood group, B blood group, C blood group. So it will be a categorical or qualitative variable in that case. So based on the variables, we can figure out which test to apply. If your independent variable is qualitative, or categorical, and your dependent variable is also qualitative, then you can use chi-square test. Very commonly we'll use the chi-square test or logistic regression. If the independent variable is qualitative but the dependent variable is quantitative, right? Dependent variable is quantitative. So then we'll have to apply something like a t-test or ANOVA. If you are splitting into two groups, we use the t-test. If it is 3 or more groups, we use ANOVA. Other than that, if you want to find out the relationship between the variables, we can use linear regression. Similarly, if the independent variable is, if like your risk factor is quantitative, for example, smoking, like number of bundles per day. So I'll be like 2 bundles, 1 bundle, 3 bundles. So it's a quantitative data. And the dependent variable lung cancer, present or not, is a qualitative variable. So we can use logistic regression in that case. If both of them are quantitative, independent as well as dependent variable, then we use correlation or linear regression. Let's go back to the question and see now what kind of variables we were given. We are dividing the patients like if they underwent telemonitoring or usual care. So what is this? Is this a qualitative variable or is it like a quantitative variable? It's a qualitative variable. It's a categorical variable, right? So in our columns here, we have got telemonitoring or usual care, which is our. So in this question, the independent variable, the exposure or the risk factor that we are talking about, the independent variable is a categorical variable, right? This is the independent variable and it is categorical, right? If we look at the endpoint, the row that is given to us, we are analyzing the endpoint, which is the outcome. And outcome we have already discussed is a dependent variable. The dependent variable here is the person died or was readmitted. So yes, the patient died or readmitted, or the other option would be no, the patient did not die, was not readmitted, right? So based on that, the endpoint we again know is categorical. We are not getting any numerical value. We are just like yes, died or readmission, not died, no readmission, right? So it is a categorical variable again. So our dependent variable is also a categorical variable. So when both the variables are categorical, what is the answer? The answer is we are going to use the chi-square test. When both the dependent as well as the independent variables are qualitative or categorical, we use the chi-square test. Let us take a look at the other options also, however. So option A, ANOVA. In ANOVA, we have got 3 independent groups. So our independent variable here is a categorical variable, right? It could be a child, adolescent, adult. So based on age, I have got my independent variable, which is a categorical variable. If we look at the dependent variable, it is the serum ferritin. And let's say we are taking the mean value of serum ferritin in a child, in an adolescent and in an adult. Now this will come out to be some number, right? It will be a numerical value, like itna, and then the units will be there. Like let's say 30 millimoles or something like that. Okay, so serum ferritin level is a numerical value. So our dependent variable here is a quantitative variable. It is a quantitative variable. Whenever we are comparing means of 2 independent groups, we use the t-test. When it is 3 or more groups, we use the ANOVA, right? So that covers up our ANOVA and the 2 sample t-test. But we are definitely not comparing means in this question, and we are comparing both the dependent and the independent variable where they are categorical. But whenever you will deal with ANOVA, you will have one, like dependent variable will be your quantitative variable. One variable, the dependent variable most probably will be your quantitative variable, and the same will be the case for the t-test also. So those are your ANOVA and the 2 sample t-test. Now next up, what is this meta-analysis? Meta-analysis is when we combine and analyze data from several studies in order to conduct an analysis with a greater statistical power than that of individual studies. So if individual study had some X power and another study had Y power and another had Z power, so when we do a meta-analysis, the power that will come out will be greater than any of these X, Y, Z. It will be higher than that. So that is its advantage. It will increase the statistical power. So meta-analysis, we are basically analyzing the data from a lots of studies. Like it's a study of the studies. That's your meta-analysis. So we are definitely not dealing with meta-analysis in this question. Then later on we get correlation analysis. What is correlation analysis? It is basically describing a linear relationship between two quantitative variables. I'll give an example of this. So whenever there is an exam, we are very stressed out. So let's say on the x-axis I plot my stress level, and on the y-axis here I plot my irritability scores. Whenever we are stressed, we become very irritable, right? So irritability score, they are both numerical values. So as my stress level increases, let's say my stress level is very low, then I'll be very less irritable also. So I'll be somewhere here. Then let's say my stress level increases, so my irritability will also increase. Then further, so I'll get a straight line like this. So as my stress level will increase, my irritability will also increase. So this is going to denote a positive relationship, positive linear relationship between two quantitative variables. One is stress level and the other is the irritability score, and I'll get a positive relation. We can have a negative relation also. Let's say, for example, on the x-axis we have got exercise, how much a person exercises. Let's say I quantify that, like let's say 1 hour a day, 2 hour a day, once a week. So I plot it on my x-axis. It's a quantitative variable. Note, both on x and y-axis we are going to get quantitative variables only. And on the y-axis I have got my BMI. Now we know what will happen. The more the person will exercise, the less will be their BMI. So if I'm exercising more, my BMI should be less, right? If I'm exercising like very little, my BMI will be quite high. Now this is going to become like this, and it's a negative relation. It's a negative relation between BMI and exercise. Like the more you'll exercise, the lower be your BMI. It's an inverse relation. They're inversely proportional to each other, and this is a negative correlation. So first one here was a positive correlation, and the second one here is showing a negative correlation. So that's about correlation analysis. And finally, about the chi-square test, we have already seen when both the things are categorical. Relationship between two categorical variables or groups is analyzed using chi-square test. So that's it. That's all we had to know in this question. Thank you very much.